When it comes to joining the military, one of the biggest questions I hear is, what ASVAB score do I actually need to qualify? Well, today we're breaking it down in a way that's easy to understand. No recruiter myths, no confusion, just straight facts. First things first, let's clear the air. The minimum ASVAB score to join any branch of the U.S. military is 31. That's the baseline across the board: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Space Force. The only exception is the Coast Guard, which sets its minimum at 40. Now here's where a lot of people get tripped up. You might have heard someone say the Air Force requires a 50. Not true. The reality is that recruiters often prefer higher scores because it makes their job easier, but officially, 31 is still the minimum. What happens in practice is that some branches like the Air Force get so many applicants that they can afford to be picky. So if you score below 50, they might tell you, sorry, you don't qualify, when in fact, you do. They just don't want to work with lower scores. The Marine Corps does something a little different. By policy, 65% of people who enlist must score 50 or higher. That doesn't mean you can't get in with a 31, but it does mean they're keeping a close eye on how many alpha 50-plus scores each recruiter brings in compared to Bravo 31 to 49. If a recruiter's numbers slip, they may be told to hold off on lower score applicants until they balance things out. There are also special rules for GED holders. If you don't have a traditional high school diploma, you'll need at least a 50 on the ASVAB to qualify, except for the Coast Guard, which will accept a 47 if you also have 15 college credits. But here's where things really get interesting. Your AFQT score, that top number everyone talks about, is just one part of the story. Beneath it are line scores, different categories like electrical, clerical, technical, and general technical. These line scores determine what jobs you actually qualify for. So you could score a 60 overall, but still miss out on certain jobs if your line scores don't match up. Or you could score in the 30s and still qualify for a wide range of roles if your line scores line up right. Finally, let's talk about waivers. The Army, for example, sometimes allows scores below 31, down to 23, through special programs. More recently, they've started something called the Future Soldier Preparatory Course, where applicants who don't pass the ASVAB get 12 weeks of extra training and study before retesting. It's tough, but it works for a lot of people. Bottom line, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Space Force, 31 minimum. Coast Guard, 40 minimum. GED holders, 50 minimum, or 47 with credits for Coast Guard. Remember, your ASVAB score isn't just a number, it's your ticket to opportunity. The higher you score, the more doors open. So study smart, aim high, and give yourself the best shot at the career you want.